Very dangerous indeed. And what would that be? He's a patriot. Mars swallowed his drink. About enough of that. Come and let me introduce you to my guests. Most of the guests were not too important, mostly minor attachés of one kind or another. The big fish were either in Brussels already or on the way there. After a little bit of talk, Blake stood in the corner, and soon Mars joined him. So, if you're flying off tonight, you're not staying at the Embassy House off South Audley Street. Right, my luggage is there, though, and I'm expecting Sean Dillon and Billy Salter to pick me up and deliver me to Farley Field to join Ferguson. Ferguson's promoted young Salter to be an agent in the Secret Intelligence Service, I understand. Yes. Mind you, Ferguson had to obliterate Salter's criminal records from the files to get him in, but he and Dillon make quite a team. Well, you could say that. An East End gangster and the most fearsome enforcer the Provisional IRA ever had, quite a combination. As they talked, Blake noticed someone observing them, a man with Slavic features, an excellent suit, and an eager smile. He was going heavy on the vodka, and, as Blake watched, took another from a waiter's tray. Mars half-turned and murmured to Blake, "Colonel Boris Lushkov, senior commercial attaché for the Embassy of the Russian Federation. Of course, he's actually head of station for the GRU. They're all something else over there. Would you like a word?" "If I must." Mars waved. Lushkov gulped another vodka and rushed over, smiled ingratiatingly, and shook hands. "A great pleasure, Mr. Ambassador." "Why, Boris, I thought you'd be in Brussels." "That is reserved for those more important than I." He glanced inquiringly at Blake. Mars said, "Mr. Johnson is on his way to Brussels this evening. It seems the President can't talk to your boss without him." "Blake Johnson? Mr. Johnson, your reputation goes before you." Lushkov shook hands. His hand was damp and shook a little. "Yes, well, just another day at the office," Blake said, and suddenly had had enough. "You'll excuse me. I must thank you for the offer of the Embassy House, Frank. I'll stop over another time." "Of course." Lushkov watched as Blake went to fetch his raincoat, then immediately went into a corner and called a number on his mobile phone. "He's on his way now, to the Embassy House." "Yes, do it now." He switched off and went down to the cloakroom. Blake refused a car and accepted an umbrella, went down the steps into the square and walked towards South Audley Street. He made a brief call on his mobile and was answered by Sean Dillon in the passenger seat of Harry Salter's Aston Martin. Billy was driving. "Where are you?" Sean demanded. "Moving down to the Embassy House. I felt like the walk, the rain, all that stuff, the romance of a great city." "You damn fool, you know you're a marked man. Anybody special at the Embassy?" "As a matter of fact, yes, a guy called Boris Lushkov, station head of the GRU, apparently." "Idiot," Sean said. "You know the moment you landed here the GRU were on to you, don't you?" He switched off. "Where is he?" Billy demanded, pulling his hat down. "Near the Embassy House. Make it fast. Pass him, in fact. Go straight up that little side lane. Turn in there. Whoever's up to no good's probably parked by the house. I'll bail out fast and you can join me. Are you tooled up?" "What do you think?" Billy moved out to pass 3 parked cars and then Blake, the umbrella over his head. They ignored him, moved into the turning by the house, and noticed a small sedan. Billy slowed, and Dillon pulled a Walther PPK with a silencer from his raincoat pocket, opened the door of the slow-moving car, and rolled out. The car carried on. He pulled open the door of the waiting sedan and menaced the 2 men waiting inside. One of them was just clutching the driving wheel, but the other had a Browning, which Dillon wrenched from his hand. Billy arrived a moment later, opened the car door, and relieved the driver of a Colt .25 from his waistband. What is this?" the driver protested. It started, the usual bluster. "I hate people being stupid," Billy said. "Don't you?" "Absolutely," Dillon told him, and at that moment Blake turned the corner and approached. "What's going on?" he demanded. "Just go and get your luggage and we'll be on our way, idiot," Dillon told him. "Get moving." "Did I have company?" Well, I knew I could rely on you two." Blake laughed and went to the front door of the house. "Assume the position, both of you," Dillon said, which they did with reluctance. Billy went through their pockets, did a quick check, and found a wad of 50-pound notes. 2,000, he said, counting. "Must have been more originally. Had to be." Dillon stuck his pistol in the first man's